How I gained 72 pounds of muscle naturally. Now, I put it naturally in there because it was enhanced and then it became natural and then it became TRT. There was a whole bunch of things going on with me because 72 pounds, dude, that's a lot of weight, bro. That's 5 stone. I think that's like 30 odd kilograms. That's a lot of weight. Usually you see videos on like how I gained like 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever. This is like an unfathomable amount of money, but I was very, very skinny when I started out. So here's the brutal reality of what it's going to do for you. So bulking is going to take you from a boy to a man. The key here is to not get too fluffy. Now, I did get a little bit fat, etc. Because I was enhanced though, it kind of kept me lean to some degree. I didn't really have to keep the diet in check. I could get away with eating McDonald's, Burger King, etc, etc. I'm going to tell you why that was a bad idea and how there's a better way to do this if you are a skinny kid or a skinny man, or you just want to make yourself more of a frameable character. But here's the reality. I started at about 8 stone, 50 kilograms. Yes, most epic birds, girls, women, whatever, used to weigh more than me, literally. No respect, scrawny. The wind could literally knock me over, boys. And I looked pretty bad in clothes. Pretty, unless I was buying an extra small where it was kind of fitted. Like I couldn't wear stuff like this, it would just be like pencil arms. I couldn't wear like shorts. I just, you know, it is what it is. You have to start somewhere. And usually some people are like on the other scale and they have to cut down. We can talk about that in a second. But a lot of people in the UK, you know, are skinny when they start out. Other countries can be different, especially Europe. A lot of people are, you know, skinny, and it doesn't look that good, especially if you get in your 20s, your 30s, God, near your 40s. If you're still rocking about at 8, 9, 10, 11 stone with no muscle mass, it doesn't look good. So you want to be able to fill out your t-shirts and shorts. It's not a good look, boys. Now, I'm 83 kilograms, I've showed the little diagram here, and 12% body fat. Body fat is the important part because you could be 83 kilograms, 15, 20, 25%, and it's a whole different look. Now 15% is still going to be good at 83 kilograms, depending on your height. I'm 6'1". It's kind of that's kind of where you are. If you're obviously 5'8", you don't need to weigh that much to get those kind of, you know, numbers. If you're 6'9", 83 kilograms probably will be a little bit skinny unless your body fat's like 7%, right? Here's the reality. 15% is still going to look good. Once you get past 15%, bros, that's where kind of metabolic rate, it's not looking that good anymore. The face is starting to come fatter, the physique, the abs are gone. Depends obviously on your genetics, etc. But if you're 20%, you're not going to have abs, right? You're really not going to have abs unless you're Eddie Hall that just has like sick abs regardless. 25%, you're fat. And what's funny is, just total side note, a 25% girl can still be beautiful, right? It's funny how that works. They just hold weight totally different. In my opinion, well, it's not even my opinion, it's in a lot of people's opinion, you need to be 10% at the lowest. I don't think I'll ever go there because it's kind of hard to get that, especially in Thailand because there's just so much distractions, alcohol, etc. But 10% is going to be you're cleaning up. 11, 12%, you're really good, you still feel good, etc. You actually feel probably the best, better than 10%, because 10% you're probably very aggravated. Once you get 15, 16, 17, 18%, you start feeling groggy, you start feeling lazy, and your diet's probably a little bit shit. So here's the math. Here's my fat. They have this at the gym in Thailand, which is pretty cool. You can see the water weight, you can see the muscle. You know, it's green everywhere. You know, you see 12%, 10 kilograms, you can even see the bone density. I encourage you to get one of these, not get one of these because they'll probably cost tens of thousands of dollars. It's like a big machine. But I encourage you to find a gym that has one, not one of these shitty ones in the locker room, changing room in a pure gym that pretends to guess your body fat. No, this has got a lot more biometric things going on. The ones in the locker room, you could go in there, you could be 10%, you could go in there next week, it could be 17%. They don't really work that well. This is probably the most accurate thing that I've ever seen in terms of machine, rather than going into like a lab and getting it done to that level where you need to spend thousands of dollars. So have a look at one of these if you can. If not, you can kind of guesstimate it. If you have a six pack, you're probably lean. If you don't, you're probably fat, or you're probably just like average, right? The key here though is mass, but lean. You don't want to just be lean if you've got no mass, you're still going to look like a little kid. If you've got mass but you're not lean, you're going to look fluffy. You need both. So in my opinion, the 83.8 kilogram for me, 6'1", that's kind of nearly perfect. In an ideal world, I would like to be 85 kilogram and like 11%, but I would probably have to jump on a cycle again. So I'm still on TRT, testosterone, I'll probably be on that forever, but I would probably have to add another compound in there to get more weight, but also lose body fat. It's hard to do that, in my opinion, with my kind of stats right now, but I could definitely try towards it. We'll see what happens. So framing is different. Again, this is enhanced with TRT. So on the left, 50 kilograms, 8 stone or so. On the right, that 83 kilograms. You know, I'm leaner than the guy on the left. Obviously more muscle mass. Yeah, just total looks different. That little polo shirt on the left is a size small. You couldn't even fit that on me anymore, right? Once you get to, you know, the 83 kilograms, you're not going to fit a small in a polo shirt. It's just not going to fit. So that's the difference. And here's tips how you can get started and get results. How much should you eat? So chances are you need 2,700 calories minimum to 3,500 calories. If you were like me, when I was bulking crazy, I was eating like 5,000 calories, but I was just eating junk food, Kinder Buenos, McDonald's. It took a lot of money and I didn't have any money. My gran was funding my food, God bless. But yeah, that's how much it took. It took all this, you know, calories to get going, but chances are you're going to need about that. If you are a hard gainer, you're probably going to need 3,500 plus, maybe 4,000. Try and keep it as clean as possible, although that's very hard, but you can get away with like good quality burgers, good quality mints. Don't go down to McDonald's the sweetie way, don't do that. If you can't get your calories in, you just try again the next day. Mass gainers can be good, but mass gainers are pretty bad for acne, so it's maybe not the best way, but you can cram in calories and get the protein in. Now, if you're proper skinny, what I would say is eat as much as you want. So the one before, try and keep it clean, but if you're really, really skinny like I was, and you just need any sort of mass and you're very, very lean, you can probably get away with eating as much as you want on a dirty bulk. To some degree, I'll give you a pass. But the goal here is to get to that as fast as possible. Ideally, get some high protein meals in there, so hit your 200 grams of protein. You should be able to do that with ease, even on bad food. On a 4,000 calorie diet, it's just going to be so much easier than a 2,000 calorie diet when it's very hard. Now, if you're fat, you need to clean up the diet and focus more on weights. Pretty simple. You're going to get lean fast if the diet is on point. You know, deficit, boring stuff, chicken, rice, etc. I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. Just total random. I'm only eating once per day. So I'm going the whole morning. I'm eating steak. I'm eating some potatoes. I'm getting like, I don't know, 500 grams to 750 grams of steak in one meal. And I was actually Googling, I was like, what is the average steak per week, per grams? And they said it was like 70 grams per day, and I'm eating 700. Maybe it's too much, but that's just the way I feel best. I actually feel best when I'm hungry all day. It pisses me off a little bit, but it doesn't get me annoyed, but it puts a little bit of fire in me. And I eat about 6, 7 p.m. A big meal, mostly protein, 70 to 80% protein. And I don't eat, and that's the way it is. I don't know how many calories I'm eating, but it seems to be working for me. Now, tip for the skinny boys, super, super quick tip. Eat quick. You have 20 minutes before your body and your brain starts to know. I was at a dinner the other day, like a buffet kind of thing, and I tested that. I was like, let me have my first bite. And then I really had a decent bit, and then I started to get full without even eating the normal amount of food. So if you're eating, you know, watching TV, watching your phone, just eating very slowly, and you're skinny and you're a hard gainer, get rid of that and just eat as fast as you can, because your brain starts to realize before your belly does, and that's when you start to get full. Try it out. It works for me anyways. So here's what I eat. Like I said, it bore you, but that's what I like. So 2 big steaks a night, some veg, some rice, some potatoes. And I also have a collagen shake per day. I started using collagen. I don't know, my buddy told me to take it for your skin, for your hair. It's got 20 grams of protein in it as well, but this is not complete protein, so I don't count it. I just take it because it's got some benefits. So a little bit of collagen, it tastes fucking disgusting. By the way, people say mix it with coffee, mix it with water. What I'd like to do is mix it with some fruit in a blender, add some milk. Yeah, that's the best way. It tastes lovely. I don't know how many calories it is. Like I said, I don't care. If you're working out, training hard, eating like one big meal a day, plus obviously a little collagen shake, you're not going to get fat, bro. You're not going to get fat. But if you need to gain more weight, you're going to have to come in here and, you know, get a little bit more puffier. But you have to decide where you want to go. So training. I'm now doing full body training 3 to 4 times a week without biceps and triceps. One day I'll do some arms. It's so boring, man. I used to love arms, and it used to be only arm days, because when I look at this image here, I thought just the arms was the most important part, and then it became so boring. A lot of people will have, you know, huge biceps and tricep workouts 3 times a week. You're hitting them more enough if you think about it, with your bench press, you're hitting triceps, with your, you know, pressing, you're hitting triceps, with any sort of movements, pressing, you're hitting triceps, and then pull-ups, rolls, everything, you're already hitting your biceps. Your biceps getting enough if you're doing enough load. Come in here and add a couple of biceps. So people do full biceps and tricep days like 2, 3 times a week. It's fucking insane. You're wasting time. You're not even growing them. So reps 15, 12, 10, 8, progressive overload, so go up the weights. You must be increasing weight as much as possible. Don't sacrifice form. You don't want to get injured. I've been injured a bunch of times. So keep the form good. If the form's not good, you don't deserve to go up the weight. So you just have to keep doing it. You could also go slower down for a lat pull down, and on a bench press, you can make it harder without going up the weight. And I've started to do boxing times, 1 time a week. Great for cardio. I'm terrible at boxing. I've had 3 lessons here in Thailand, or 2 lessons here in Thailand with my trainer. I am so terrible. My left jab is so weak. It's like a little girl. It's like a little gay man. My trainer says, you punch like a gay man with your left hand, but the cross is so powerful. But yeah, it takes time. It takes time, but that's great for cardio. And again, it's going to make you a fucking weapon. Like, I just walk different with this whole boxing thing. Although I'm not here to, you know, anger anybody or just something. It's just something good to have. You know, if you're in the UK on a lonely night one day and two guys come up to you and you can box pretty decent at a high level of 6 to 12 months, you're going to feel much better if you've never took a boxing lesson in your life, and you could be the biggest guy in the world and, you know, you could still get fucking stabbed and that's game over. So it's good to do. It's obviously an investment. You can come in there and just hit the pad by yourself. And I did that for the first time, but I had no idea what I was doing. So I would invest in a trainer if you can. That's not me. I'm not here to sell you something that I'm an absolute amateur at. So find a local trainer. You can find them cheap, man. You can find them cheap. My one in Thailand, it's an expensive gym, but it is an investment for me. I can, you know, afford it a million times over. So for you could probably get one at 10, 15 pound, maybe, if somebody's able to work with you. You're not going to get the top level guy. You're not going to get the top level guy. Well, he's probably charging 100 to 200 to 300 pound an hour, even more for somebody like Andrew Tate or somebody. But you can definitely get somebody for 15 pound an hour. You'll have to search for it or just join like a group class, whatever. But I think it's essential if you're not doing boxing or some sort of martial arts. Yeah, it's just essential. So here's the secret ingredients and here's the bonus. Pretty standard stuff, boys. Sleep 8 hours a day. Very simple. Get your test level checks if you can, genuinely. Zero of you guys are going to absolutely do this, but, you know, I just wanted to put it in there. You can do it online for cheapish. I think they're maybe 50 or 100 pound, where you send your blood work done, etc. It's kind of scary to stab yourself and then send it back or whatever. But if your test is low, motivation for gym and also just life and business are going to be low, right? If you're struggling right now and you don't know why you're not motivated, chances are your test is low. You can fix that. Maybe you're masturbating all day. Maybe you're playing videos all game. Maybe you're eating Doritos as you watch this video. Maybe you're eating pizza at night. If you get rid of that, your testosterone is going to go up. And then you can start looking at how you can actually fix it. But you're probably going to double your testosterone just by getting rid of that stuff. Alcohol is another one, 1 to 2 times per week. But don't get drunk. Test levels are going to be so fucking low. You're likely not going to work out the next day or stick to, you know, your high calorie diet if you are bulking. So limit alcohol to 1 to 2 times per week, 2 to 3 drinks, Thursday and Saturday. That's what I do. On Thursday, I've kind of gotten rid of. I just go out, but I do not drink. It's just fun. It's a different vibe in there in Thailand. In the UK, everybody's walking there drunk, looking fucking idiots, and they're all going to be brokies for the rest of their lives. Chances are, if you're watching this video, that's not going to be you. Last one, stop jacking off. Seriously. I'm not going to make a video about NoFap, all that cringy stuff, but a lot of people I know do these streaks with jacking off, etc., etc. Bro, just get a girl or just work on yourself that you can get multiple girls. You don't need to jack off. It'll lower your testosterone, it'll lower your motivation. It's a waste of time to talk about touching your dick, right? That's the end of it. Good luck.